Welcome back to week 2, Gator Buzz. My name's Nick Villano, coming all the way from Miami, Florida. I'm joined here by former offensive lineman Tyler Jordan from Jacksonville, Marcus Gibbons from Jacksonville, and our guest speaker today, Kyle Trask, all the way from Texas. How is everyone doing today?
Fantastic.
Good.
Pretty good.
So who remembers the days, Kyle, Tyler, we were roommates. Marcus didn't think we were cool enough to, move into our house. So he wanted to live alone.
Oh, good days.
Oh yeah, but I was there every single day.
Say what?
Yeah, every single day.
He never came over.
You never came over. Oh, I'm on my way. Oh,
Oh,
something came up.
About 2 hours later.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I think we
Today
have
we'll be
Mike instead.
Today we'll be talking about Gators football, COVID-19, how it's, changing the way things are. Team meetings are now held on virtual. No spring ball, no orange and blue game, possibly not even a training camp. Tyler, you could start it off.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole different world right now. Everything's going virtual. I know as a high school coach, I've been doing a lot of virtual meetings with our kids. We've been putting in installs and things like that. I just wanted to see kind of from your standpoint, Kyle, what's it like with you guys in your virtual meetings?
Well, obviously, since y'all are all former players, there's a lot of meetings that go on during the season and the off season. So it's been a lot of time, obviously, in Zoom meetings that many of y'all know of. We pretty much get on there every single day for 1 to 2 hours. So they've kept us busy, and just to make sure our brains are still sharp when we get back on campus.
Right. So
Okay.
how does it work? Do they do they go over game film over Zoom? Do they not do that? Do they just talk and, basic board talk?
It's a little bit of everything. I would say mainly we're going over game film. We're going over a lot of the installs that we, would have went through in the spring. And also they have different apps that we use as well for like QB quizzes and things like that.
Right.
You feel like in the meantime that's kind of like the best way to do it? Do you feel like it's been effective, or you feel like it's still a bit challenging?
I think they've done a great job, honestly, because we've never really had any hiccups so far. Me personally, I'm still learning things. So at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. So I think it's been really effective.
Right. So our first episode, we had David Reese on our Zoom call, and he was telling us he had rookie minicamp over a Zoom call.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to Tyler, and Tyler's like, well, the year before that, he had meetings in person. So how do you think COVID, really changed the game, or how we really look at things, or how we hold different things?
I know obviously that's probably a huge jump to go from in-person meetings to, especially in the NFL standpoint. At the end of the day, hopefully this is just a temporary thing. Obviously it's pretty hard times right now, but hopefully we can learn some things from this and really just take away that we can actually still be productive even through hard times like this.
Right.
How's working out been? Is Coach Savage giving y'all like a plan to follow, or
Yeah.
are you just you're okay?
Yeah,
So it's kind of like what he would give us when we would go out for spring break or we'd go out for summer break.
Right. It's like the take-home workouts. Probably a little more in depth than that, because when they gave us take-home workouts, we were still kind of resting at the same time. So it wasn't something with high volume, but this is like real workouts now. So it's giving us, some stuff that we would actually be doing if we were still on campus.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, I see on Instagram or Twitter, all them social media outlets, you posted some videos of you working out in Texas with
Yeah.
a bunch of other athletes, I'm guessing. Gators football reposted it. How do you feel?
I actually did see that. I think it's pretty cool to. I'm throwing with my old high school teammate Derek King a lot, and a couple of other guys that play at some big time schools. But I think it's pretty cool to just still be able to get out there and compete with other athletes, your age,
Right.
even throughout this whole quarantine thing. So I think it's been great for me, and really has been improving my game, I think.
Right. So being this whole COVID-19, how has your mentality changed, or has it gone better, or has it gone down?
Um, the first couple of weeks were obviously tough, like they probably were for everybody, and it's still tough for a lot of people. But I've kind of got into a routine. I think that's pretty important, just to make sure you always have a routine of things to do to make sure you're not, you know, you're still stay on top of your health. You're still, they send us rehab plans from the training room if we still need to like do at-home rehab and things like that. So it's been pretty crazy, but I've really stuck to my routine, and I think that's what's helped me out the most, just to be able to stay in shape and keep my mind sharp.
Right.
Have they given you any like target date to return back to Gainesville, or a date that they're thinking of getting the team back together?
There's been a couple like rough estimates, but so far there hasn't been a certain date that we're going to come back. As far as we know, obviously the coaches know a lot more than we do, but we haven't been told any target dates yet. So the rough estimate's probably hopefully within like the next month or two.
Makes sense.
How have you done adjusting to full-time virtual learning and full-time online school and stuff? How's that?
Well, the online school is nothing new. I've been taking all online since probably like junior year, and all my grad school stuff is all online. So none of that's a huge difference for me, which is nice. But the virtual meetings are honestly, I kind of like them because, you have, sometimes in the meeting rooms, it's just like little things to me. Like sometimes in the meeting room, sometimes you're like in the back of the room and you can't really see the screen that good or things like that. But like on the virtual calls, they got the film going right in front of your laptop, so you can have a good view of it no matter what. But other than that, it's been kind of tough, just like being disciplined and staying focused for the whole hour or two meetings they do every single day. But other than that, we're still learning, which at this point is a good thing.
Yeah, and I think that's the important part about this time is getting your mental reps in. Like, you can't do much unless you're out there with Derek King and all those guys timing routes. But
Right.
I think the biggest thing is getting your mental reps down and understanding what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. The biggest thing is just to make sure that we're still ready to go when we get back on campus, because we play in arguably the toughest conference in college football. So you can't get back on campus and be sluggish. You got to stay on top of what you're doing.
Right. So we saw, spring ball get canceled, no orange and blue game, no summer workouts. How do you feel that has like affected the team or, affected the season?
We'll find out how it affects the season. I'm really anxious to see how they respond and what they're going to do with fans and things like that.
Right.
Like I said before, well, it really is a test of how disciplined you are. If you want it that bad, then you're not going to be, slacking, like skipping workouts. Like if you want it that bad, you're still going to stay on top of your stuff and making sure you're ready to go when you get back.
It's definitely a different type of test, but
yeah, you definitely. You don't have the coaches pushing you every single day. having to wake up at 6 or 7 whenever you go to the stadium and have coaches yelling at you like you have to do everything on your own is really a test of how disciplined you are. And if you're not, then you're going to show up and get passed up or be sluggish when you get back.
Really holding yourself accountable,
Exactly.
You're going to do your part.
Yep.
So I guess my last question for you is, what are your personal goals this season? What do you want to accomplish?
Obviously, this is my last year, so I think we had a good shot at going all the way last year. And I think we have an even better shot this year. We got a lot of guys returning. And I think that really helped us out a lot. So I'm really excited to see where we end up this year. We got a lot of talent coming back, and I can't wait to get to it.
Right. Thanks, Kyle, for joining us on week 2 of the Gator Buzz. I'm Nick Villano, joined here with Tyler Jordan and Marcus. Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Kyle. Good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you, Kyle, as always.
For sure.